Okay, so in this video, I'm going to help you understand software you can use to grow your online coaching course or service-based business. So what we're going to go over is basically the software and tech you can use to support clients with calls, scheduling calls, setting up contracts, signing contracts, payments and subscriptions, websites and courses, and then also how you can share resources with your clients. So first of all, let's talk about group slash one-on-one calls and also the way you can communicate with your clients outside of those calls. So for one-on-one and group calls, by far the best platform to use, pretty much what everyone uses, is Zoom. If you get the paid version of Zoom, it's about $15 a month and you can have much longer meetings. I would say that it's probably beneficial to get that, but if you can't afford it, you can still do it for free. But Zoom and making sure you have a good webcam or camera and mic with your Zoom. Then for communication outside of those Zoom meetings, I would typically suggest WhatsApp for text-based or voice note support, Gmail for email communication, Loom if you wanted to do some screen recordings for your clients. So what, like if you see someone with like a little circle in the corner of a video and then their screen, typically that's going to be Loom. And then Figma is this platform that I'm using right now to just kind of zoom in and zoom out. It's a good platform to just showcase various presentations and other tools. So that's typically how you want to approach the software and tech associated with communication. When it comes to scheduling, most people will be using Calendly. That's what I would suggest. You may have the option if you're doing Squarespace to do Acuity. I personally prefer Calendly to Acuity scheduling. And Calendly, you can set up individual meetings, you can set up one-off meetings, group meetings. Will automatically link with your Google Calendar and send your clients reminders, have the Zoom link included in those meetings in the calendar. You can do it for free at the beginning, but if you get a little bit more like growth with your business, I would probably suggest doing the paid version, which is about $15 a month. And then when it comes to contracts and getting signatures, what I use is this platform called Small PDF that is paired with sign.com. It's a great way to just utilize PDFs and be able to edit PDFs, but also you can use it to send out contracts that are PDF based and just simply have people fill it out with their signature, date, so on and so forth. Another good one is DocuSign. It's basically the same, but it has in my opinion, the user interface is actually a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So DocuSign is also a good option. But for either of these, you're going to be wanting to create PDFs or docs and then upload those to this software. But it should be pretty self-explanatory, like how you can send out the contract through DocuSign or Sign to your clients. When it comes to accepting payments, for sure, what I would suggest is Stripe. Again, if you're using Squarespace or I don't know, another website hosting platform, there may be specific payment processors that they'll suggest, but typically it's best to just set up your own Stripe account. And with Stripe, what you can do is create custom payment links. So you could say, one-on-one coaching for 4 months with Susie. And that could be just a one-time payment. You could also set that up as a subscription payment option. So you can create tons of individual payment links, or you could have a payment link that you send out consistently over time. You can also use Klarna with Stripe, which is nice because if you have, say, a high ticket price of like 5K and you want that to be able to be split up, you can automatically give people the option through Stripe to pay with Klarna and split up those payments while still getting paid up front. Now, with Klarna and Stripe, there's a percentage for processing that gets taken out. So you will be paying a little bit for each payment through Stripe and Klarna, but in my experience, it's worth the cost. Trying to just do Venmo and direct transfers and stuff like that, it can get very time consuming. It's just not worth it. So definitely would suggest Stripe. When it comes to what websites to use and what websites to use for courses, what I typically suggest for most people is Squarespace. Now, the reason I suggest Squarespace to most is because it's the most easy to understand early on, and I also find it to be very aesthetically pleasing. There's great templates for designing sites, drag and drop, and also you can do a lot on Squarespace now that you weren't able to do in the past. So you can create courses on Squarespace. You can set up automations with emails. You can do email outreach, pop-ups. There's a lot you can do on Squarespace. It's also pretty affordable to get started with. It's about $15 a month or so to start. Now, when you get into, if you want to do more, one option is Kajabi. Kajabi is more expensive. I think it's about $100 a month to start, and it's nice though because it does have email, course, landing page, website, and upsell options within that $100 a month price point. Whereas with Squarespace, that base platform is about $15 a month. But if you wanted to do email, you wanted to do a course on there and upload a lot of digital content, you'll probably get closer to like $65 or $70 a month. So Kajabi, you're paying 100, but you're getting a lot of that automatically included. And same thing with Go High Level. Go High Level, you can spend, I think, close to $500 a month, but there's just a lot more included in it. There's a $100 a month option for High Level, but within that one, it's kind of similar to Kajabi. Now, another option is Samcart. So sometimes I'll suggest using Samcart if someone really is just focused on like an upsell funnel. So if you have like a $7 offer and you want to upsell that to a 97 and then like a $500 offering, Samcart or Thrivecart are good options to do something like that. Sorry for this car horn out here if you hear that. But when it comes now to client resources, so essentially what I mean by client resources is if you want to share docs or links or big files with your clients, or if you want to have them share that with you, what is the best way to share with your client consistently? I find that Google Drive is probably the best because most people are familiar with Gmail already and the Google Workspace interface. So most people understand how to use Google Drive. You can have tons of different folders. You can have tons of different folders within folders. You can have, so many different Google Drive folders with each client you have. So there's just a lot of flexibility. It's included with a Google Workspace account. So if you have like a regular Gmail or work email through Google Workspace, you'll have access to Google Drive. But then also, if you have Squarespace or Kajabi or Go High Level, those will also have sections in their platform where you could have, your course. You could have like a membership or things like that. So in that case, and there's also other platforms like School. So if you have a certain website hosting platform, there will also be ways you can, share resources and have resources through that site. But I typically find that Google Drive is gonna be beneficial for most people, regardless of what website hosting platform you have.